Here.
Naomi,
Here.
Kirsten,
Here.
and I'm here. Perfect. All right, so minutes from our last meeting, which was September 14th. It's been a while. We decided moving forward with the commission, we will have monthly meetings on the third Tuesday of the month. The call for artists was not yet finalized. It was to be finalized that week and sent out that week. In order for a project to be included in the first half of the fiscal year budget, everything should be paid by June 15th. And the invoice should be in by June 1st. With social media, we decided to start with Instagram. Elle was going to check with the IT department regarding an email address with the city, and otherwise we will create one with a Gmail address. We decided 3 members should help monitoring that email and the social media posting and responding to messages. The Northern Strand Underpass Subcommittee would, Elle would send the invites to that. Naomi was going to change the drawing of the police officer to be more of a positive action and not only just looking like it's catching the bad guys. Elle was going to print the drawings, 100 of each design. Joanne was paying for crayons as a donation from her campaign funds. Kirsten would bring chairs and a table for that event. An update on the Public Arts Commission logo, the sticker cost, a 3x6 sticker, and 300 stickers would be $140 for 2 colors. We decided to make stickers with color. Joanne was gonna find a cutout to scale and a price for us to look at. Meeting scheduled for the next year, October 19th, November 16th, December 21st, January 28th, February 15th, March 15th, April 19th, May 17th, and June 21st. The meetings will be from now on 90 minutes to up to 2 hours. Upcoming events possibly to participate in Revere, the Fright Night, or the tree lighting event on December 3rd, and the meeting concluded at 6:50.
Great. Thank you.
Sure. Good.
Would somebody like to make a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept. Anyone want a second?
Second.
Second.
Aye.
Third.
Okay, thank you. So moving along, so we're looking for an update on the call to artists. So a couple of things I'll just start with. I did confirm with our auditing department that we can carry that project over across the fiscal year. So that should help with the project timeline. And so far as the artists being concerned about weather conditions for the spring. So with that information, I believe Rob and Aaron, we're going to update the timeline.
Yes, we also updated the theme. So there were 2 action items on my side and with Aaron, collaborated with Aaron to update the theme, make it more expansive, and then modify the timeline based off of the feedback, allowing for billing into the next fiscal year. So I will share my screen and I will show this is the Point of Pines, but they will be the same call to artists, same schedule. The only difference is the name and where it's going to be.
You should have screen share.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. Can everybody see this okay? If not,
I can. Thank
okay.
you.
All right. So no modifications on the first 2 pages, or I'm sorry, on the first page here. We've got the theme below the deadline and milestones. So to start with the modified theme, we just made a minor tweak in the first paragraph. The theme should celebrate actually that should read any. relevant content that is meaningful to the neighborhood location, including an element of history, culture, or a combination of both. Then it goes on, and this is the greater addition. Successful art will have an immediate visual impact from a distance, will be welcoming, positive, intriguing, and engaging to individuals of all ages, including families with children. The Commission is open to all types of art and themes, including representational work, which celebrates the unique history and culture of the city of Revere, as well as bold, abstract, and modern art. So putting that forward, I know there was a lot of back and forth on the theme, wanting to expand it. I know we have a limited group, but how's that look to everybody? Aaron, I'm sure you're good with it.
That looks awesome. It looks great. I really like the description. I think it's really, really awesome. Thanks for that.
Well done. I think it really does actually capture what we had talked about, and it definitely broadens the scope of work that people could put in their proposals.
Excellent, excellent. Good job, Aaron.
So,
and then modified timeline. So I kept the release date, July 21st. Question, and then I extended it a month for some deadlines here. However, taking into consideration the holiday season, not wanting to move into that. So question submission deadline is December 15th. The question response will be given or released on January 15th, 2022. The submit proposal, February 10th, 2022. Community meeting, March 10th, 2022. Approval of the project will be April 1st, 2022. The modified completion dates have been pushed back significantly. Complete 50%, May 25th, 2022. And then complete 100% June 25th, 2022. Any objections to the modified timeline?
no
All right.
objections.
I'll put forward a motion to accept the call to artists as it stands, update the Google form version, and submit to L for update on the site for release.
Seconded.
There we go.
All in favor?
Oh, there you are, Joanne. Okay.
I third it. Second, third.
Okay. So accepted, I suppose.
Excellent.
All right.
I'd just like to say we have Council McKenna on the phone now. I was trying to promote her, but it wasn't clicking through. I think she was on her phone, but now she's made it to a screen. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
I couldn't get on my
There you are.
computer, on my phone. So
There
I'm
you are.
sorry.
So we've just reviewed the minutes and accepted them and taken attendance and just reviewed the minor updates that we had to the call to artists.
Okay. So
So
we
from
did the call
here,
to artists.
so we're on number 4 for the agenda items.
Email address.
Yes,
we
so yes, I have some information to report on that. So
Yep.
we will be able to have a city email address, so we can do our PAC@revere.org. In order for us to access it, so what we'll have to do is I'd like for whoever the 3 individuals will be, I know there's 3 members of the committee that will have access to this email account. If you can send me the email account you would like to use. So if it's a Comcast account or a Gmail account, that's fine. And what will happen is when people want to send an email into that address, they can do rpac@revere.org, and it will go to your individual email addresses. And then what you have the capability to respond to that email, and it will show up being the sender will show up from the email address that you're responding from. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So it won't be a response from the committee, it'll be a response from the individual committee member, whomever is responding to the email. But the email can be sent, copy all to everyone, so that, so whenever anybody responds, you probably want to put a response to the individual and then also add rpac@revere.org, and then all the other members will also receive that email response.
Okay.
Okay, so I can, that's actually set up in draft, so I just need to have each of the individuals, whomever the 3 committee members will be, send me your email addresses so that I can have that set up. You can have that done by the end of the week. Okay,
Okay. Thank you, Elle.
you're welcome.
So Brian is sick and he's not gonna make it and he's not gonna be late. So, he's under the weather. So we'll skip, the social media proposal. We'll move on to update on Touch, a Truck event. And, let me just go back on. So, Brian and I went, we, had about 200, coloring, well, no, we had more than that. We had Naomi's beautiful renditions of a fire truck, an ambulance, and a police car. And the kids were very excited. They came and they colored and then they got their pictures taken from Brian. But they were more interested in going on the trucks and going on the train, and it was, but that we did get a good response. So I have to say, for the first event, it was pretty good. So
Great.
and Brian did get pictures with the kids, and I posted some pictures on Facebook of our first event. So that's all I have with that. I mean, it's nice to be a part of that. It really is. So.
Good just to have, because our logo was on the sheets, right? So just to have the logo
Yes.
being seen, and then the more it's repeated. And also it's good learning for us to see what the kids like, right? So they're more interested in jumping on the truck.
Yeah, they were. But I mean, we probably had about maybe 25 to 30 kids to come and sit down. We had a table and some chairs and crayons, and they got to leave with, it was nice because they got to leave with their drawings, but they also got to leave with their crayons too.
Mhm.
So it was nice. So we handed out crayons. We did have our logo on there, and they got to keep their artwork, and they got a picture too. So it was good.
Yeah.
Even some parents sat down and colored. So I mean, that's the new thing now. The therapy part of it. So we did have some parents that did sit down and color with the kids. So it was a good day. It was a really nice
Great.
day.
Excellent. I'm glad
Yeah.
it went well.
What
I
was
have one-
I guess, was there any interest in the Public Art Commission? Any questions about it? Or
We didn't get too many. No.
okay.
We just said that we were beginning. A couple of people said, what is it all about? I kind of told them, but I mean, the questions were very, there was only a couple of questions asked. So I think we need to, the next one, we really need to maybe, put a sign out in maybe our mission statement, just to let people know. We didn't have any signs, I didn't even think of that. To have signs where the table was. So I think we really need to promote ourselves better. We did have the logo on the the artwork, but we didn't have like a sign that said, you know, we are the Revere Public Arts Commission, and this is what we're all about. So,
One
and
thing
I
we-
did, go ahead, Elle.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that I did put a motion in, a communication in with the mayor to at least get $1,000 to start to have in a kitty for the Public Arts Commission. Also, and I don't know if this is on the agenda or not, is the Beechmont Fire Station on the agenda?
It is.
Elle?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to switch back and forth, and I'm trying to hide
Oh,
this.
that's
light
okay.
behind my-
I can go through each agenda item as we move on. I just want to mention, so as you said, as far as signage goes, one thing we had done when we were tabling in another organization is we actually put the logo on a tablecloth so that we could just throw it right on the table, and then the front of it was displayed whatever the organization is. So maybe we could use the logo for that purpose, and maybe some other piece of art that's selected, or maybe a piece of work that someone's done that we could put onto that to brand it. So that way, if we go to any events, you don't necessarily need to bring signs, or otherwise you just bring the tablecloth that will cover that.
That sounds
I
good.
thought-
Elle,
Yes.
how much, I forgot if you responded to me the last time I sent it to you, but did you get like the paintbrush images?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we did. Thank you. So Joanne was using those to work up the bumper stickers and get the pricing for that. So thanks for sending those along.
Awesome. Okay, just make it
Um, I wanted to just say, maybe we should also add the logo to the call to artists. So even though we do have obviously the City of Revere and the City of Revere logo, I think that might be important to add also the Public Art Commission logo. And I probably should have mentioned that when we spoke of it. But, what are your thoughts on that?
I think we should promote it, you know, anywhere we can. So it should be on anything we have. I'm going to take these off.
Aaron and
So-
Rob, how do you feel about that?
Yeah,
think-
that's,
Mhm. I think a lot of artists, well, I found this even just with our first sending out the call to artists the first time, which I sort of kind of knew, but a lot of artists their cities and towns have kind of a bad reputation for artists to work for, because there's just so much bureaucracy that goes through. So a lot of people are hesitant to take on projects, municipal type projects. So, but when there's a public arts commission, that definitely makes it a little bit less intense. So I think that's a great idea, actually.
Okay, so I know that we had, you had a motion to approve it, but maybe we could do an amendment to approve the addition of the logo on that document.
okay. I'm gonna do a quick screen share out.
Okay.
Once again, so we can identify. So is it something where we want to put a watermark in this main area?
That would be a great spot for it right there.
And then for City of Revere, and then have this read Public Art Commission?
Yes, you could
Okay.
put City of Revere and Revere Public Art Commission.
Okay.
And if you don't have the logo on that just yet, I can either add it when you send it to me, or I can send you the logo for the city. And Naomi, if you don't mind sending the logo directly to Rob via
Yeah.
email, and then he can
Um,
add that on here.
Okay. What kind of file is it, Naomi?
It's a PNG, I think.
Okay, so I should be able to watermark the first page then with the logo.
Yeah, I have a transparent version, and I have a version with like a white.
Transparent's ideal.
Okay, I'll send you the transparent one. I need my iPad to do it though when my iPad is like in other rooms. I could go get
That's
it
it.
right
You
now.
don't have to do it right this second.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thank
Great.
you. All right, that'll work out great.
Okay.
Just one kind of technical thing. I noticed myself, I was doing it differently each time, but technically, are we Revere Public Arts Commission with an S or just art? I think most places we say arts with an S.
Yeah.
If I'm right, I don't know.
No, I agree with that. I think it's arts too, you know? So,
Okay. So I'll make sure I double check that. Update, add the watermark, modify this. And we should be good. And Elle, you'll need the, I believe you're going to need the transparent PNG for the Google form, if it can actually be included on that. I don't know if you can include a PNG as an image on Google form.
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I'll find out.
Okay, great.
Okay, agenda item 7 is an update on the PAC logo bumper sticker. Council McKenna.
so I talked to Northrop Printing on Winthrop Ave. He said for 100, it was $140. It could have been 200 for $140, but it was going to be a square. I think it was like 6 by 6 square. And it would just hold the paintbrush, the logo. So, and one color is, I think, $140. I don't know the quantity. I really don't. It's probably like 250. I went from 100 to 200 to 250, but it was pretty, the cost was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think he could probably give us a mock-up and then maybe we could decide if we like it or not. So, and
That's
we
great
will
if you can send a proof.
yeah, and we will have the money to buy this now. So at least, we can start off with maybe a couple hundred and give them out and see what happens. If we have an event, we can give them out. Or are we going to have them pay for it, Elle? We're going to have people pay for it, or are we going to give them out for free?
That's up to the committee. I mean, we could.
Well, when
Subcommittee.
we did I Love Beechmont with the heart, I think we sold the bumper stickers for $1. So and there was I'm going back about 15, 20 years ago. We sold them and we got a lot of response. So and I still see some around after all these years. So we could sell it and, get some revenue, or we could just give them out. It doesn't matter. I mean, what does the committee think about that?
I think initially it could be tough to, oh, sorry, Naomi.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't. You can go first.
Okay. No, I think initially it could be tough to have people buy them just because they don't know us yet. I think I Love Beechmont, that's something that isn't, people could just be saying they love Beechmont. So I could see why people would want to buy those. So I think initially maybe better not.
Well, we could get the beginning, and then as we get known, if we have a table somewhere, say the sandcastles next year, we should be pretty much, people should know who we are by then. That's next. We could have a table and sell them for $1. But we want to start, gathering up revenue for this commission. So we have to think about ways to do that. So that's just a thought. But we should have we have to start, I don't know how we're gonna acquire money, but
Why don't we put that on the agenda for the next meeting, and maybe everyone can just take that as a takeaway to consider some fundraising options that we can begin to plan for.
Okay, that's great.
I have
Okay,
some-
so that will give us all a few weeks to think about that. Erin?
Yeah, I have some ideas about that. Actually, when
Great.
Rob and I were talking about the theme and the call to artists, I had mentioned to him that I did a little bit of a study of public art for another city about, how public art affects the economy, and just some kind of case studies and things like that. So that's something that I think it would be helpful for me to share with, with all of us. Just because it will probably generate some ideas about how we can, raise funding, and also just for us to come up with really what are the best initiatives for us in the beginning to start with. I think it could be, it would be nice to share what I found, in that with everyone.
Can you send it out to us via email?
I can, sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Is this something that we want to take time next meeting in November to go over it, just so the public,
I think
our audience can see it?
I think it's a great idea, and I can actually walk through it in, 10 minutes even, because I did some photos and it's bullet points. It's a very quick and easy kind of thing. And it would probably be helpful for me to answer people's questions like that. So we can definitely, if we want to put it on the agenda, even if we had time tonight, I could go through it quickly, or we can put it next meeting on the agenda.
I think if you can, I also just wanted to mention that because we're going to be meeting monthly, if you do have items that come to mind that you want to add to the agenda, you can let me know so that we can make sure that we're adding them early on. And the agenda does need to be posted 48 hours before the meeting. So that means Thursday, it needs to be sent in. So Joanne and I have been meeting on the Tuesday prior to the meeting, just briefly to recap the minutes and formalize the agenda. So if everybody wants to just consider that, at least a week in advance of the meeting, anything that you want to add. And if there are any packages, so Erin, if you want to send the package that could be posted to the website in advance of the meeting, I can also have that done as well. So we can start to formalize not only the agenda, but any materials that would go along with it.
Okay, sure.
And we can post them in advance so that people will have an opportunity to review them before the meeting.
Okay, great. So
All right.
I'll send that to you then for.
Okay. Great, thank you. Next on the agenda, we had, Joanne and I were discussing the December meeting, and it's really just a few days before Christmas. So we thought maybe that might be a difficult time for everybody to join the meeting. So we discussed the potentially canceling that meeting.
Is that all right with the committee?
Yeah, I think I'd be really busy, and a lot of other people would be really busy too around that time. Maybe we should have like earlier or like after Christmas or New Year's.
The thing is that we have a slot now that Revere TV gave us. And it's the third Tuesday every month. So I think I think we should keep it as the third Tuesday of every month so we can be filmed on television so people will know what we're about. Because before, I guess we were competing against another committee and we weren't getting, filmed. So we weren't getting our TV time. So now we have a slot that we can have the TV, we can get TV time every Tuesday, every third week on Tuesday. So I don't think we should, put it up or put it back. I think we should either cancel it or try to have it. It's one or the other. But it is close to Christmas, and I'm not going to be here, but I can get on Zoom, but I'm not going to be here. So I'm going to be in Florida with my sister. So, you know,
One
Go
thing,
ahead.
so in the call to artists, we have questions due December 15th. Is that something that we want to have? We want to discuss the questions during the public forum, or is this something that can occur outside of the regular meeting? Ellie, you're on mute.
I will confirm this with the city clerk. But because it's a call to artists and would be responding to the questions for that particular document, and we have to publish them to anybody that would be having any questions or submitting a proposal. So any proposals that were submitted. So for example, say we have 5 proposals in the 6th one, the 6th person asks a question. We need to respond to all of the artists that had sent in proposals so that everybody is working with the same information. So I think that will address that, but not necessarily in the public forum, because as a group, as a committee, we're responding to the RFP, not the RFP, but the call to artists. But I will confirm that with purchasing and the city clerk, and I'll respond to you all via email.
Okay. And one follow up on that. Is it possible so the questions and responses need to be in public forum. So assuming we'll have an FAQ page or whatever, a response linking off of the Public Art Commission's site or page, will that URL, will we be able to publish that next meeting? Just so everybody knows where it is and availability. Yes. Or okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm going to have to get, I'll have the call to artists that you and Aaron have completed. I'll have that transformed into the Google Doc, just the updates that we had, and we'll get that posted as soon as we can.
Okay. And
then I'll send the link out to the group so that Aaron and anyone else that wants to share with the artist community will give you an opportunity to do that.
Okay. You're on mute, Elle. Can't hear you, Elle. Is it me? Oh, sorry.
My button just went away. Sorry about that. I thought I had clicked it and it didn't unmute. Anyway, I just, the next agenda item, Joanne, is number 9, the Beechmont Fire Station.
Okay.
So I guess that's twofold. We did get an estimate in order to have that cleaned out so that we can then move things forward to the next step. And the estimate was for $3,000, and now I'll turn it over to Joanne.
So I put a communication in with Mayor Arrigo for 2 things: to get $1,000 for the PAC and to get $3,000 to have the Beechmont fire station cleaned out. So I think it's going to be on October 25th, our meeting. And is it October 21st? I don't, it's Monday, the meeting. So I think it is October 25th. And it should be a communication with the mayor, and it should be approved by the council. So I think we'll probably end up getting that. So we didn't ask for much, and we're getting it from the CIT fund. So
one thing that's exciting, I'll have to look at my presentation, but what could be helpful, Joanne, there was one city that they converted a building into artist studios, and it dramatically affected the economy, like right surrounding those studios. I mean, I don't know, like that's the type of information that I have. So
In
if
a
you,
positive way?
what's that?
In a positive way?
Yes, yeah, in a very
Oh,
positive,
good.
yeah. But so if it's helpful, I can send that to you if that's okay.
Great. And I don't know if you've noticed, but since COVID, I think art has really been on the forefront of all the cities and states. It seems like, probably the best therapy for people. So, I mean, it seems like art is just, it's rising above. So it's good. I think this is good. This is a good, path to be on with this fire station and with us. So I'm very excited about the fire station. I really am. I'd really like to come and see. I was there 2 weeks ago, and a developer came up to me and asked me if it was for sale. And I said, over my dead body. So I said, no way, I'll chain myself to this place before anybody buys it. But I think it's got a real good possibility of taking shape. So we have to be on it. We have to be on it. And this is a good start. So once we get it cleaned out, then we'll have a little tour, because Captain Fortuna doesn't want anybody in there because they don't know if it's lead paint or not. So once it's cleaned out, I think that we can take a trip in there and we'll look at the space. It's a beautiful space. That's it. That's what I have.
Yeah, I think the space has so much potential, and it's great to see the committee on board and supporting this as a potential initiative. So once we get the clean out, then we're going to move forward and try to seek additional funds for planning so that we can do a request for proposals, and we'll move on from there. So the funding is going to be, it's a big part of it. But I think if we all put our minds together, we should be able to be creative in ways that we can seek out grant funds or perhaps ARPA funds, maybe, and donations, or, there's a multitude, fundraisers, all kinds of ways that I think if we all work together, we should be able to make this happen.
I did get an email from a parent that said they have an autistic kid, and they would like to see maybe art for disabled people. So that's something that we should keep in our view too, because I know that when I had a lot of autistic kids, and they were phenomenal in art. So that we should keep that on the back burner and not forget it. Could have classes there, in that beautiful space.
So
Absolutely, it should offer programming for everyone.
Joanne, what's been the community feedback? Have you been speaking to people about it?
Because I think we've lost a lot of landmarks in Beechmont, and and this is one of the last ones, and we just don't want to lose it. So everybody's very excited about the space and what we want to try to do with it. They don't want to see this, the building go into condos or, residential. They're really, really excited. And I really think it will add to the community. I do. There was a proposal for a coffee shop there at one time, but we don't have the people that go by there. We just don't. I don't think it would be successful. So, but I do think the classes would be successful. A gallery would be successful. The artist lofts would be successful. I think there's, a range of possibilities that we can do with the space. and also get, 10, if an artist is going to show their work, maybe take 10%, from the sales or whatever. But I do see a lot of possibilities with this.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you. I do too. It's an exciting opportunity.
very
And
exciting.
I think the timing is right. So I think just to recap, so now we're at item number 10, which is open time. Is there anything that anyone would like to bring up going forward? Or agenda items for the next meeting?
Go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to ask about thoughts on when we want to start working on the subcommittee for the Northern Strand.
I'm
Great.
happy to send that out. I'm happy to send out an invitation as early as next week. Can you remind me who the committee members are that should be invited?
It's
Aaron?
myself, Aaron, and
Rob
Joanne.
and Joanne.
That's right. Yep.
And I
Okay.
think, yeah.
Okay. I'll send out a when to meet and see when everyone's available for next week.
Okay. Great.
And the next meeting is the third week in November, which I'm trying to get on my computer. Do you have that in front of you, Al?
November 16th.
Oh, it's November 16th. Okay. Yeah, because Thanksgiving's 2 days before that. That's why we did it. Well, that's the third week too.
I have a question, sorry, Joanne, for L, for the callforentry.org, for that website, posting the call to artists. Do you know if that has moved forward at all? I think someone had started the process and I'm not sure where that left off.
I'll have to check on that and I will respond to you directly. I'll have to check on the status of that.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think for the call to artists, it will really generate so many artists applying,
Okay, thank you.
So for the next meeting, I'll try to get a mock-up from Northrop, and then we can approve it or not. Do we
Okay.
want to keep black? I think one color is, I think it's the same price. So if
I think
I don't
it's
know,
worth it to do two colors. I mean, it is the art commission, and I would say that that's probably a worthwhile expense to really make a splash.
okay. So what colors would we want to? Naomi, you don't have that in front of you? I don't have it either. I'm on my phone. That's why. So I'm kind of limited to what I can do. But what colors do you think we should put on this?
Last week we talked about, not last week, last meeting. We talked about maybe making it like red, white, and blue for the Revere colors. Make it like
Oh yeah, white and blue. That's right.
background, because we get like the white for free, and we could just use the red and blue. Right.
So with the paint blue, the paintbrush would be red, and the paint would be blue.
Yeah, because I feel like if the paint was red, it would kind of look like blood or something, and that would be wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
So Joanne, can we also look at options to have a transparent sticker? Yeah,
Yes.
so it's just the red paintbrush with the blue stripe. So if people want to put it on a window, you see that
I
image
see.
versus a square.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe that's the way to go, What do you think?
Just one question because I know he quoted you for the square shape, right?
Yes.
But since this logo is rectangular shaped, would that be making the logo smaller to fit into the square, or would it be cutting the logo? Because
I don't think it's gonna cut the logo. I think I might have the, I think it's rectangular. I think it's gonna work. I really do. So I'm gonna get a mock-up and I'll present it, I'll give it, present it in, the meeting.
Okay.
I have a picture of the logos.
Oh.
Can everyone see? Yeah, I would just make this like the paintbrush would be red and then this would be blue instead. So
Okay. Yep.
It would be colored.
So is that, Naomi, is that the square image?
Yeah, this is the transparent image.
Mm-hmm.
This is the clear one. It doesn't have the little checkerboard in the back. And then the yellow and blue one has I have a transparent version and a regular version of that too.
Okay, but that's.
I'm pretty sure I made and a blue version as well, but it's not in here, so maybe not.
Okay. But that's the square. Now, were we going to have the Revere Public Art Commission in the image, or are we just going to have the lines and the paint?
No, we're gonna have the writing, definitely the words. We're definitely gonna, I mean, without the words, who?
Well, it makes people kind of think, hey, what is it?
Yeah, I know, but we want to promote it. We really do. People guess it.
Okay, but that looks like it actually fits based off the dimensions that would be a square image anyway.
6 by 6.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
based off the length and the height. So a square would work. And Joanne, you had mentioned a 4 by 4. Was that right?
No, I think it was a 6 by 6.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then if it was put on a transparent with the transparent background.
I'm sure we can make it smaller if it's going to fit in a window of a car. We don't want it to take up too much room of the window. So we can look at the 4 by 4 and we can look at the 6 by 6. I'm writing that down now. So.
Joanne, if we're gonna do red and blue, do you wanna use like this with the little like hairs on the brush too, so it's a little bit more detailed, or would you rather just like color in like the black and white version where you can't really see the little hairs on the brush?
No, I think the more detail that we can put on this, I think the better, definitely. So yeah, I'll see if we can do both. We can do it both ways.
Okay, I'll send this one to, if I can I share this whole folder with you guys?
Sure, you can do whatever you want to.
I know it's not shy of like, can I physically do it? Like, am I able to? Because I tried that once and it didn't work. But yeah.
I'm the same. Believe me when I say that. So. Are you going to do that now, Naomi?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it now.
Okay.
Could everybody like put their email in there so I could just copy paste it in the share thing?
I can't do anything with this phone. And I'm gonna.
The phone one.
Naomi, we're all on the. If you take a look at the calendar invite, I believe. We all should be included in the distribution for that. Maybe not.
Oh God.
Sorry, I'm on mute.
Yeah.
I remember once I tried to share with people and it gave me like 4 different emails for everybody and I was confused about which one to send.
So just one thing I noticed, so on the logo, I know this is so technical, but I want to make sure I do it right. On the logo, it's Public Art Commission with no S. So, I mean, I personally like no S, but I know in a lot of places we do use an S. I don't know what we want
I did not put an S on the logo that I made. I could fix it though and put an S on it.
Well,
if-
the official name is Public Art Commission. There is
Okay.
no S. So if we
Oh,
want to
then we
change
should
it,
keep it
we
that
can
way.
certainly do that, but
No, perfect.
at the
I-
moment, it is
that
only
way.
Public Art Commission.
Okay.
Let's
perfect.
keep it public art.
I'm gonna get a pen.
Joanne, do you want to read me your email address and I'll pop it in the chat? I think
Yeah,
it's-
you want, yes, it's McBindy, McBindi @AOL.com.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Is there any way I could like copy emails from the chat? Because for some reason it's not letting me copy them. I'm just going to have to write them down. I might have to share it with you like shortly after the meeting, like 5 minutes after the meeting.
Naomi, if you want to share it after the meeting, I'll send you an email with everybody on it, and then you can just take it and put it on as an
Okay,
attachment.
that would
or
work.
link. Okay, so I'll do
Yeah.
that right after the meeting for you.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. And do you want me to make the red and blue version or
I would really like to see that, definitely. Yeah.
okay, I'll make the red and blue version.
If you can.
Oh, no, changing the colors not hard. I could do that.
Do you have the hexadecimal colors or whatever the hex colors that you need for it? Or
The
Ellen, would
hex-
you be able to get those? Ellen?
I think we lost Del.
No, she's
Oh,
on mute.
I'm here. I didn't know you were asking me for colors.
Oh, no. So we need the hex colors for Naomi for the blue and for the red.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
It's she inputs it the specific color. Like there's a very specific blue that the city uses for print material, and a very
I
specific
see.
red.
I see.
Oh, I can find
Yeah.
I can find that out. If we want to be that exact, I can certainly look into that. Okay. I don't have them on hand, but I can look
I
for them.
think that's a great idea. I really do. Use the city colors.
Mhm.
So,
I'll
Great.
add that to the folder when I get the colors. I'll share it
I
with you
just
shortly.
want to ask Naomi, how's your art classes?
My art classes are good so far. I only have illustration, but I'm going to have painting and sculpture and I have ceramics now too. But I'm going to have painting and sculpture and a bunch of other ones. I threw like 1 million in there this year. So I can get
Good.
ready.
Good. Great.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I just wanted to know.
So is the
So-
new high school going to have a state-of-the-art arts program and
I won't be there. so
facility? Hey,
I'm not.
I'm thinking for my 10-year-old.
I'm sure it's going to have everything state of the arts. I mean, it's
All right.
going to be what, $800 million? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are they gonna build it?
Well, they're trying to find a place to build it. So that's what they're working on now. There's a couple of
Oh.
options. So,
That's not fair. That's
well,
not-
they need at least 10 acres of land to build the high school.
Yeah, I know. My grandfather went to Revere High School. It's been a
Wow.
while. Yeah. Revere High
Yeah.
School's very old. Now they're building a new one when I graduate. It's just a little bit ironic.
Well, you'll probably be 40 by the time they build it.
That's okay.
I'm only kidding. But it takes a while I mean, I don't know if anybody saw Saugus High School, how beautiful it is, but
Yeah.
it took a while for them to build it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, Elle, what do we got next?
Okay, so we're at the end of our agenda and we've just done an open session as well. So I think it's a wrap.
All right.
Hey, you guys, I'll see you November 16th.
So
All
until
right.
then,
Thank you.
thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Good meeting.
Go Sox.
Bye.
Enjoy the Red Sox game tonight. I'll
Yes,
be,
definitely.
viewing.
That's why we're getting off.
I'm going to be watching it with Bruce Singer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I said hi.
I absolutely will.
Good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
All right,
all right.
All right, everyone.
Take